Hello lovely humans and welcome back to my channel. In this week's video, we are making the freaking cutest, my hat's crooked, hold on. We are making the cutest proposal boxes ever. It's been a minute since I've done a proposal box DIY here on this channel, and look what I came up with. Okay, I have to carefully and strategically lift it up. Hold on. So you can see the cuteness of this. And of course, a huge thank you to CRICUT for sponsoring this week's video because y'all know I love me some CRICUT content. So of course had to work them into this one because I mean, can we please? Like, that's so freaking cute. Now, because I have done a similar DIY to this before, I wanted to make sure that this one had a special little spin to it, which is why we have personalized both the water bottle and the candle with some pretty sweet CRICUT vinyl that makes it an intentional gift to give. When I was looking for inspiration for this box, because I've done a proposal box video here before, I came across a listing on Etsy that's this for $65, and I was like, no ma'am. No ma'am. With a little bit of creativity and a whole lot of love from CRICUT, we can make that exact kind of style, that vibe happen, but we can personalize it even more. So instead of limiting it to those taupey tones or those bronzy nude tans or whatever, we can really customize it to each and every member of your wedding party, which I absolutely love. I think one of the reasons that I like using CRICUT the most is it just creates the ability to personalize literally anything. Like literally anything. There's so many different materials you can work with. Like for this one, I used both the permanent vinyl and the removable vinyl. And this is why I keep coming back to do CRICUT videos for you guys, is because the amount of personalization and attention to detail you can achieve with a CRICUT is unparalleled. So in the long run, it's actually gonna end up saving you a lot of money because I actually put this bad boy together for, hold on, math. $24. 25 if you include the box. And I think it's just as stinking cute. So if you want to see how we put this together, go ahead and keep on watching. I don't know why I always say it like that. You're going to keep watching anyways because it's so freaking cute. So before we jump in, I just wanted to go over what is in this box one more time. We have a hair clip, a pen, 2 hair ties, 2 scrunchies, a flower, a mirror compact, and a reusable tumbler. I think this one is specifically for wine, but you get the picture. So I hit the best store ever, Target, and gathered all of the necessary supplies to replicate this to the best of my ability. Starting off with a stainless steel water bottle, a candle from the dollar section. Can you believe this cutie was only $3? Love. A little trinket tray that says, I love you. A pack of scrunchies that I ended up splitting for multiple boxes. Sweet little hair clip, and then some hair ties. I actually ended up getting 2 sets of supplies just in case. I wasn't quite sure which color palette I was feeling. So for the water bottle itself, I wanted to use the permanent glossy to make sure that it stayed in place, whereas I used the removable matte on the candle, because then obviously if your wedding party member wants to remove that, they can still use the candle afterwards. And then you're gonna wanna grab your trusty tape measure to measure out the items that you are cutting out vinyl for to make sure that you are cutting to the appropriate size. So I chose 5.5 inches for the water bottle and about 3 inches. I don't know why I said about, it is 3. And I chose 3 inches for the candle. And now for one of the most satisfying sights in the entire world. Why do I love watching a CRICUT open so much? All right, on to design space. I don't know why I said design like that, but here we are. I'm gonna go ahead and create a new project and create a text box. You guys have seen me do this plenty of times where I'm cycling through trying to find the exact right font. And I settled on Hafizan script, she said, question mark. And of course, because I had already pre-measured, I knew that I wanted this to be 5.5 inches long. Now, because I will be using these water bottles for my daughters afterwards, I actually decided to cut both of their names out for the second water bottle, even though we'll only be using one of them in this DIY. Since I'm starting off with the premium vinyl, I want to adjust the cutting settings in CRICUT Design Space to reflect that it is specifically the premium vinyl, because it is a little bit thicker than the removable option, so I wanted to make sure the blade went through effectively. And you already know what time it is. It's time for some CRICUT ASMR. While that's cutting, I fill in one of these nifty little cardboard boxes with some crinkle paper for filler. Now, this was actually my first time ever working with permanent vinyl. I know. For some reason, all of these years, I've just been using removable repeatedly or iron-on. So when I started weeding this, I was like, excuse me, ma'am, who gave you permission to be so phenomenal? Weeding this was so easy. Oh my gosh, I really like working with the thicker texture of the premium vinyl. It just made this part go by so quickly. Like you didn't even notice. I didn't even have to time lapse this. That's how fast we're going because it's that easy to weed. And obviously, because I'm doing 2 water bottles, I'm going to be removing the second name and placing that out of the way so it doesn't get stuck on the transfer tape, which is the next step of the process. This is also another first for me. I've actually never applied vinyl onto a rounded surface. So obviously I really want to take my time with this and make sure it was lined up well before I started pressing down, because this one's permanent and that felt more intense to me than any of the removable options I worked with before. So once I found the right spot, I slowly rolled my thumb over each and every one of the letters. I definitely did not want the transfer tape buckling and thereby ruining any of the letters. And removing the transfer tape on this was obscenely easy. Like, obscenely easy. Again, I think it's because working with the permanent vinyl, it's so much thicker, and I think that the stickiness on the backside is probably going to be a little bit more intense than using a removable option. And it came out phenomenally. The next cut we're going to be making will be for the face of the candle. I started off with, "Will you be my bridesmaid?" but it was too many words, so I just went with, "Be my bridesmaid," like be my Valentine, but not, you know? And again, we're switching over to the removable vinyl for this one, so your bridesmaid can remove it if she wants to. I had every intention of showing like a satisfying time lapse, but my big old club of a hand was in the way the whole time. So this is all we get. And correct me if I've said this before, but if I haven't said this, did you know transfer tape is reusable? Do you know how much transfer tape I have wasted in my cricketeering years because I didn't think it was reusable? So I grabbed the transfer tape from the water bottle from before, picked up all of the letters and pressed it gently onto the face of the candle. Again, I'm working with a rounded surface, so I was careful to take my time, so I avoided any buckling of the transfer tape. And I love how sweetly that turned out. It honestly looks like something you could have bought at a store, but you didn't, because you made it, because you're a crafty little minx. That's me talking to you, not to myself. By the way, in case there was cause for concern. Now it's time for the assembly. I'm going to go ahead and make a hole for the base of the water bottle to go into, so it ends up laying at an angle. And as you're going, feel free to add more stuffing as needed. Sometimes you need a little bit more to support certain objects or certain areas. And now I'm just going to gently lay the rest of the items in there. If I was shipping this, I would be packaging this differently. You don't want to leave any of the ceramic items unwrapped if possible. But if you are hand delivering it, you can simply lay the items in instead. And while it's definitely not identical to the inspiration photo, I think the fact that this is radically cheaper and I can customize the colors makes it that much more of a win. So the finished product has all of this packed into it. We've got the soft pink water bottle with the premium permanent vinyl. That should stay on there. I actually just tossed this in there on a whim. Do y'all remember when I got the Sola wood flowers sent over? So I snagged one of those and put those in. So technically that's not in the budget, but it also doesn't have to be in there. And it's cute. So I just threw it in. 2 teal colored scrunchies, and 2 pink corduroy hairbands, a super cute little trinket tray that says I love you pressed into it. It's from the Hearth and Hand line at Target. A super fun clip that fits with the color schema as well. And then this $3 candle that we turned into an absolute dream using some of the removable CRICUT vinyl. So you can have your little proposal on there and then that can be taken off afterwards. Of course, you can use absolutely anything that you want to in a proposal box. But the ability to customize something like this long-term that they will keep and reuse, or using a removable vinyl like this option actually means that they're much more likely to keep it. Because most of the bridesmaid, groomsmen, wedding party specific stuff ends up in the trash. So by getting a little bit creative like this, it ensures that they are going to use it for a much longer period of time. Because bridesmaid's fun for a minute, but candles are fun forever. And of course, a huge shout out, thank you again, CRICUT, for sponsoring this week's video. You keep coming back, so apparently I haven't scared you away with my obsessive love for you just yet. But I'll be here. You just call me whenever you're ready for me to create something super fun and super cute. Like, just come on. Like, that looks like a professional did it, but I'm not a professional. I love CRICUT. If you like this video, be sure to jump on down there, hit that like button, and subscribe to this channel for more tips and tricks for the modern day bride. And until next week, bye guys!